Armor of the Dharma by Linda Modaro. Take off your armor when you meditate. We want to develop access to the vulnerability of our lives. But does that mean we're going in naked? It can feel like that sometimes when we meet parts of ourselves that are hurt and broken. The Buddha frequently taught in metaphors, and some of his teachings were mythologized. One particular myth goes like this. The Buddha resolved, to face the truth of dukkha, suffering, angst, hurt, dissatisfaction, vulnerability. Meditated through a long night before he realized awakening. Awakening is a lay term that means being awake and aware and wise as an aspirational term to develop the wisdom of sages. On this long night, the Buddha sat in meditation as he was assailed by visions from his past, along with desires that would tempt him to break his focus and dedication to practice. In the myth, he wears only a simple saffron robe and remains still throughout the night. In one scenario, Mara, his shadow nemesis, along with an army of others, shoot arrows at him, arrows of poison, aggression, hostility, conceit, injustice, ignorance, hatred, greed, selfishness, intentional doubt, and confusion. But as the story goes, the arrows bounced off his skin and turned into flowers. Colorful lotus flowers, carnations, lilies. They were transformed by his goodwill and quietude. They couldn't puncture the security of his practice and understanding. He went on to teach the Dharma he learned from this experience. Not myth debunking here, but because this story sparked my imagination, I'd like to offer some short commentary to spark yours. Two questions came to me first. What would it be like for a human being to go through a night of this magnitude? To come out from an attack with a new understanding of purpose and existence? I imagine all of the senses to be heightened during the night, yet not really feeling the cold or fatigue or need to get up and pee. I can imagine in an eyes closed meditation posture, awareness of the arrows, awareness of an army, awareness of Mara would be felt with some shock, alarm, and danger. Feeling the whoosh of arrows coming and bouncing off the body, likely our eyes would open so we could see what was happening. It would be amazing to see arrows, something that could hurt you, kill you, turning into beautiful flowers, falling harmlessly to the ground. Yet I can't imagine not feeling pain or ignoring the aimed intentions of Mara and his army. Likely we'd feel the hurt of that along with the awe. It is a high ideal to expect ourselves when attacked from without, not to feel that within. Two other thoughts from our Sangha yesterday. At times, maybe the arrows could go right through and not leave a trace. Or maybe they do hit the mark, but don't deeply penetrate because you don't add hurt onto the hurt. I can imagine coming out of this feeling like something was won or conquered. I have felt that way coming out of the flu, not yet this time around, or difficult relationships, or time periods in life. It takes time for healing, but then at some point it's over and done with, and that can feel like a new reality. Myths condense things for us. I don't imagine it would all take place in one night. I can't imagine not moving at all, or that is the most important thing in meditation. We talk about holding relatively still, sitting up when you need to, coming back. Our Sangha yesterday reminded me that this story is told in the context of the Buddhist life. After trying many other spiritual practices, the Buddha was determined to find his own path. This determination seemed to be a promise to himself to keep going. I don't imagine a magic force field around us, around the Buddha, when we meditate. But I do imagine, like the Buddha, discovering new perspectives and integrating them into life, understanding the teachings from our own experience, being armored with the Dharma.